unveiled Noblesville now, it's up there, capital improvement plan. This plan includes 10 top priority projects that span the entire community. Each project achieves at least 2 of my objectives for 18 and 19. Those objectives include strengthening our infrastructure, creating greater economic development, enhancing public safety, improving connectivity, and expanding the downtown area. I believe there's no better time than now to address these critical, important projects to manage our growth in our thriving city, while still protecting that small town or community feel that is loved by all of us, residents and visitors alike. These priorities include, number 1, downtown development. We are currently working to form public-private partnerships to create new mixed-use developments, including multifamily, residential, commercial, and structured parking in and near downtown. Our downtown is loved by all, by both visitors as historic and authentic. But we have long sought to attract more residents downtown to frequent our restaurants and merchants as well. And I'm proud to say with this capital improvement plan, we'll finally provide Noblesville's first parking structure downtown. Logan Street pedestrian bridge. We're teaming with the county to widen the Logan Street Bridge over the White River for pedestrian access. The Midland Trace Trail Phase 3. We're finishing up Phase 2 this summer, and next year we'll extend in Phase 3 the Midland from Willowview to Hague Road. The last phase will take it downtown. Police headquarters. Our police department and crowded for many years, and it's time to give them a new home that addresses both their needs and their growth. Oleo Road. We want to improve Oleo Road from 141st Street north to 146th Street with 4 lanes, including the roundabout at 146th, and improve drainage improvements. Pleasant Street. We've been talking about Pleasant Street for over a year, probably 30 years, to be honest about it. And we will begin improvements with a roundabout at 19th and Pleasant this fall. Various intersections along Pleasant will follow. Pleasant will follow. Street lights on 146. Number 1, there's too many. If you go down there, it's well lit. But we will replace all those lights from 37 to exit 10 on I-69 with new energy efficient lights. Roundabout projects. We're working with NDOT to address various traffic projects. One roundabout that will be built is at Logan and Nixon near Federal Hill Common. The two other projects have already gotten federal funding, but it'll be a few years before they are constructed. The South 10th Street Trail and drainage. We will be construct a pedestrian trail with improved drainage along 10th Street to Wellington Northeast and Greenfield Avenue. Greg O'Connor lives out there. That's one of those that has been long needed. Little Chicago Road pedestrian bridge. We will provide a safe pedestrian and bicycle passage across the lake adjacent to the Little Chicago Road. I'm looking forward to leading this effort and working with Chris Jensen and the rest of the Common Council to ensure that we are acting in the best interest of our taxpayers and moving our city ahead to meet our goals and objectives. Now I would like to introduce our Council President, Chris Jensen.
Thank you, Mayor, and good morning, and welcome to your City Hall. The Mayor always starts with, it's a great day in Noblesville, and I'll reiterate that. I truly believe it's always a great day in Noblesville. But I'm willing to say today that tomorrow can be an even greater day in Noblesville, and that's why we're here today to talk about this investment. These investments are investments in our future, and they're investments in the next generation of millers all across this great city. I would like to thank my fellow city councilors who were named off earlier for being here, and I know I speak for them when I say that we are excited. We're excited to do our job, and our job is to evaluate these projects as they come before the council, to determine the best way to fund these projects as we move forward. And as the mayor said, I'll reiterate, to make sure that we are using taxpayer dollars wisely as we make these investments. I'm proud of what we've done over the past 2.5 years with this council in place. As the mayor said, we've made significant investment in Pleasant Street, a project that is well overdue, a project that's been talked about probably since my birth. And I was born in South Harbor, but you know what I mean. So since that time, it's time to get going on that. The Midland Trace Trail is another one we've taken in the past 2.5 years, from its infancy, from Gray Road all the way to Willowview, thanks to great partners at the NPO and such. And I'm excited about that, but we can't stop now. I believe the council would agree with me that it is a long time that we put our foot on the gas in the city of Noblesville. And we're hoping to accomplish that here today. If Indiana truly wants to be the crossroads of America, Noblesville needs to do its part. And that involves investing in our infrastructure, investing in our mobility, and investing in our public safety. I'm excited about this investment. I truly believe that Noblesville now is an investment in Noblesville's tomorrow. And I thank you all for being here, and thank you for the time. And as a council, like I said, we look forward to examining these projects and moving them forward to better the citizens in the city of Noblesville. So thank you very much. Steve?
Thank you, Mr. President. So we felt it was important to introduce this initiative now as a strategic plan to guide our city before each project comes before you individually. So this is part of a larger vision that the mayor's been working on in partnership with the council. And as you can see, we're very excited to get started. So in the coming months, you'll get to see this vision take shape as each project comes before our council for consideration and hopefully, finally, construction. So that concludes the formal part of our news conference. Before we depart, I would like to say a big thanks to all of our department directors who have been a part of this effort. Each is critical to keeping our city moving forward, and all of our staff who work so hard for Noblesville each and every day. So thank you very much for all of your efforts. So after the news conference, I will direct any media who have questions for Mayor Disler or Council President Jensen. They can speak with them individually down here on the lobby floor. We also have 3 stations set up to answer any questions about specific topics. And if you could raise your hand as I call your name. We're going to have any questions about roads, trails, and pedestrian bridges. We'll be going to Engineering Director John Beery. John, if you could raise your hand there in the blue polo shirt. We're going to have our police headquarters, of course, with Police Chief Kevin Jownick. And any questions about downtown development would go to Director of Planning Sarah Reed, Director of Economic Development Judy Johnson. We can gather together over here. And then myself, I'll be able to help out as well in downtown development. So again, that concludes our press conference. I very much appreciate your attendance today, and we're looking forward to getting started now. Thank you.
Well, welcome, Mayor. How are you today?
I'm good. It's a great day, Perry, in Noblesville.
Absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about you. You listed out 10 items that you're shooting for in the next 5 years on the capital improvements. One being the police station, because you're right, it's been needed for a long time.
It has, and we didn't talk about it, but we're still shooting for the Firestone site. It's been a long time coming, but we're closer and closer. We want to do that for several reasons. Number one, to help that neighborhood. There's plenty of space for parking and vehicles, etc. But you're right, they've needed a new facility for a long time.
Yeah, and basically the same thing out there, you know, for us younger guys like you and me.
Right.
You know, that was a very, very important part of success of Noblesville. Was
very, very much so, Perry, and I won't get too historic, but, you know, I came here in the mid-'60s where there were a lot of Firestone folks that were here in Noblesville, retired, and of all the places in the world, they came back to Noblesville. I'm thinking of Jim Green, and there's a lot, and I probably should, you know, maybe not mention a name, but just a lot of families who came back to Noblesville. It was a big deal. And as you may know, a lot of folks, they worked at Firestone or the Foundry.
Oh, absolutely.
And that was the 2 places in Noblesville to work.
The transition from back years ago to now, you know, it's a lot different. The industries were always the most important part of the town. But as they moved out, we had to come up with other things.
Right, and I think we've done a great job with that. But you're right. I'm excited, and hopefully we can get that done in the next couple of years.
Well, it's exciting to see all the infrastructure things going on because, the events keep coming and coming.
Yes.
For us here in Noblesville with Federal Hill Commons that we've completed here a couple of years ago.
Right.
And our downtown keeps improving. We're opening more restaurants.
Yes.
Not many open stores downtown.
No, there are not. And, to get living downtown, which again we can do, we're talking to at least 2 developers, maybe 3 depending. And, one of them would be great, let alone maybe 2. But then the pedestrian bridge across Logan is going to help flat traffic and be safer. And then a roundabout, I didn't mention that, but it's at Nixon and Logan. We're going to put a roundabout for both traffic and pedestrians to make it safer.
Oh, absolutely. Well, Mayor, I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule here to talk to us. And I appreciate you having this because this gives the people the opportunity. We'll get this on Hamilton County TV.
I appreciate it.
People can see what's going on here.
Well, we appreciate it. And we did it. It's Noblesville now because it's the time to kick these off and get some of them completed. Thank you, Perry.
Well, thank you, Mayor.
Uh-huh.
Well, as you can see here, I got Chris Jensen, our City Council President. Welcome, Chris.
Thank you, Perry.
Talk a little bit about the 10 items that you talked about of capital improvements today.
Sure. Well, these 10 items really span the entire community, and I think there's something for everybody. If you look at what is the core function of government, it is moving people throughout a community, it's keeping people safe, it's investing in our assets, and we're doing that today. From a new police station, which has been talked about for years, to Pleasant Street, which has been talked about for decades, quite frankly. It's time to get going on a lot of these projects. So there's something for everybody, and it's spread out across the entire community, and it's, as the mayor said, a great day in Noblesville, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
Well, I think, Chris, also, it's very, very rewarding for you. Much like me, I was brought up here,
Yeah.
you were too. You went through the Noblesville school system, and to see all these great things coming out and improving our infrastructure is a great opportunity.
Absolutely, and I'm like you said, a proud Noblesville Miller. This is my hometown. I love it. I love everything about it. I've chosen to come back here and raise my family here. I want my kids and your grandkids and down the road to have that same opportunity. And in order to do that, we have to continue to be a strong, vibrant community that we are today, and we have to invest in our assets. Downtown, we've talked for a long time, we need some more housing options in downtown. If you want to have more restaurants and more shops, you have to build that density. We also have to have a place for people to park. I think we've been talking about parking since well before I had my learner's permit back in the 90s. We've got to provide that for our community, but we've got to do it in a responsible way, not only a fiscally responsible way, but really in an architecturally responsible way. As we look to fill in some downtown investment, we can't have these big stone monstrosities dwarfing our beautiful historic buildings. They have to look a certain look, and we're committed to doing that going forward.
Yeah, and I think one of the great things that people drive around downtown Noblesville, there are not many storefronts open anymore.
Yeah. You're exactly right. And when I ran for council a few years ago, so many people talked about traffic in downtown and parking in downtown. And the more I thought about it, I've got to travel the state in past lives, been to all 92 counties. There are so many communities that would kill for those problems. Those are wonderful problems. We are so fortunate to have what we have, but we can even do better. I am convinced we can and must do better every single day, and that's what this investment's about.
Chris, what about, are you at liberty to say where the parking garage may go?
I can't. We have some non-disclosure agreements about it. I think you're going to hear that in the next 30 days, get some guidance on that, but I can tell you it's going to be near downtown. It has to be near downtown in order to be functional, and it's a worthwhile investment, I think, for the city. We want folks. I never want to have people drive through downtown and think, well, I can't find a parking spot, so we'll go on to some other community. That cannot be an excuse. So we need to provide that ease in and out of downtown. I think a parking structure that, honestly, you probably won't even realize is a parking structure will help us solve that problem.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Chris.
Thanks, Barry. I'm excited.